welcome to AcroAccess. Today we've got what we call our standing warm-up. I call it that because if you've ever been in athletics before or an exercise class, a lot of times during the warm-up, I see people get up and down in their warm-up. This is not going to be that. We're going to stay standing the entire time. This is the instructional portion. So if you've already watched this and you're not looking for how to do or any of the safety tips again, then follow the link right here. We'll send you over to the actual workout video. Okay, before you get started, here's what you're going to need. You're either going to want some kind of a chair or a wall nearby so that you can use it at certain points in the exercise in order to help you maintain your balance. All right, the thought process here is we're going to start from top to bottom and we'll work our way down. Start with your feet shoulder width apart. We're going to start with a little bit of a pelvic tuck. We have a short on the glute bridge. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. It'll teach you how to do that pelvic tuck. We're going to stay tucked pretty much the whole time. All right, on to our first movement. Take your hands, we're going to put them together. Inhale, and then as they get right about here, we're going to flip them over and extend as tall as we can. So really reaching our shoulders up, keeping our eyes onto our hands. As we come down, breathe in and out. We're doing this nice full extension here. In, push, reach, out. Okay. Note that as I push my hands up, my head is back, my arms are extending as far as they can. So each time they're extending up. I'm not just here where my hands are in front. I'm pushing them as tall as I can. Okay, so we will do 3 to 5 of those. Okay, so in, down. Now we're moving on to our neck. So we're starting with bringing our chin forward. Our spine is neutral. I'm not hunched. I'm not arched back. Head, I'm tall. Head comes forward. From here, we're going to pick a direction. I'm going to go left first. I bring my neck left. My chin comes up a little bit. I'm thinking about ear to shoulder. This shoulder's not coming up though. It's staying neutral. And really, this other opposite shoulder is pulling away. It also doesn't come up. So neutral, sideways, backwards. We're just letting the head hang out on its own weight. And then the opposite side. Before down. And we're going to keep that a nice, even circle. Okay, you can pause in each position if you want to. We're going to keep that a nice, even circle. We don't want to go fast. We're not whipping it around. Again, it is a slow. This is a stretch or warm up. And then we'll reverse direction. I find it best to reverse right here in this forward position or in the back position, right? It's harder to reverse from the side position because it's less of a neutral position, okay? So exercise 2, neck rotation. Now we're doing shoulder rotations. We're going to take both of our arms opposite, one towards the ground, one towards the ceiling, and we're going to circle that. Note that they're trying to stay close to our head and our body. Head, body, head, body. And as I continue, now we're in that same position. Head, body, head, body. Rotations forward. And then we can do the same thing with rotations backwards. Again, we're trying to stay close to the body. I'm squeezing my pelvis so my hips aren't shaking all over the place. I want them to remain fairly consistent. That's what we want, that pelvic tuck, that nice engagement. We'll go backwards. Okay, and if you hear some popping or grinding, especially in the shoulders, that's pretty natural. As long as it's not accompanied by a sharp or burning pain, we're in a good position. Okay, now we'll take both arms up and we're going to go together all the way around. We're really squeezing to stay consistent. Again, in that same area, we're trying not to move a bunch. And when we go backwards, we're going to add a little bit of velocity, especially in this up position. Now, it's okay if your arms are up here a little further as you start. Where your shoulder flexibility is depends on how often you lift above your head. If you're here, that's okay. I want you to go ahead and continue to circle back. As you continue to work on this exercise, your arms will start to come in tighter and tighter, as long as we're being intentional about them. Okay? That's exercise 2. That's exercise 3. Spread exercise 3. Exercise 4, we're going to do a chest opener. Simply crossing our arms and pulling our shoulders back. We're not doing it low. We're not going really high. We're trying to bring it right at shoulder level. Now, this is going to change ever so slightly as your arms come forward and back. So note that I'm switching which arm crosses under. There it's the right, there it's the left, as I pull open. This pulse open isn't a big forceful thing. We're pulling, but we're being controlled about it. We're using our momentum, we're using our velocity, but we're not being super ballistic about it. Okay, we've done our chest. Now we're going to move on down towards our hips. We're going to go side to side. Side to side warm up. A nice trunk opener. Hips are staying forward. You know, the whole time as we go side to side. This isn't a massive turn where our body is turning away from the direction we're starting to face. It stays facing forward. Right there. You can even bend your arms for this. And actually, if you're a beginner, I recommend that you start with arms bent. As you take your hands wide, they'll have a little bit more pull, a little bit more leverage. Great as you get further into this, but to start, this nice little gentle trunk opener. So from here, from the trunk opener, we're going to skip a little bit. We're going to go down to hamstrings before we bring it back to hips. This is going to be an economy of movement. We're taking our hands up tall again, just like we did in the first exercise, and we're reaching forward and down. We're reaching as far down as we can. Again, we're in that same spot as the trunk. We're not really throwing our body down. We're letting the exercise move and warm us up, getting a little bit further each time. Okay, a little note about this toe touch is depending on where you have your weight, whether it's in your heels or your toes, it's going to affect how much of a stretch this gives you. So as you reach down, the more that you push towards your toes, the more of a stretch you're going to get in that hamstring. Okay, let's talk about a quick option we can add to this to warm up our back as well. So from this position, we reach down, reach tall. We can continue with the hands, pushing them back and back up. Now look here, I'm pushing my hips forward and counterbalancing with my arms, but I'm in control. To come back up, I'm bringing my hips back over my feet first. Hips forward, over feet. Now that they're over feet, I'm balanced and I can go back to that exercise. We're gonna do like 5 to 10 of those. Again, you're reaching towards your maximum. So to start off with, you may just be reaching towards your knees, you're past your knees. Your next goal may be to get fingertips on the ground. Next goal could be to get your knuckles on the ground. After that, palms. Once you have your palms on the ground, there's more space to grow. But for now, that's what we're going to be worried about. Most of you are going to be reaching for your knees or to get your fingers on the ground. There's some space to grow from there. All right, we're putting our feet together now. Now this is going to be the first time that you're using the wall, okay? Here, use the wall or put your hand on your chair for balance as you lift your knee up. We're looking for this nice perpendicular, this parallel to the floor angle. And then we're going to rotate the leg out and back down. From a front angle or without the wall, hands on the hips for balance, we're leaving the toe in contact with the base leg before we rotate out and then back down. Okay, we're going to look for 5 of these, and then we're going to reverse the direction. We're going to put the bottom of our foot on our leg, come up, and then back in front. One thing that we're keeping track of is that this hip, this leg isn't twisting. So as I bring my leg out, I'm not twisting my whole chest and my hips away towards the direction I'm moving. The other thing that we're keeping an eye out for is making sure that that foot stays in this front plane, staying with the base leg and not coming back here. We want this hip high. If we rotate from here, we're not getting the same kind of rotation, okay? And you'll repeat on the other side as well. Up and rotate out. Again, doing about 5 of those. When we get to the workout video, you're gonna do this a little bit quicker. So this is a great spot to pause and work on your balance, okay? Very last one. Hands on hips, we're going to do a calf raise. So we're pushing into our toes, lifting our heels off the ground. Here's a better view of that. Our heels off the ground, okay? We are looking to keep our heels together. Now, you have your wall in your chair. This is the next exercise that you can use it for. Using a little bit of balance and stability as you lift. And your goal is to eventually move your hand away from that wall. But as a beginner, you're gaining strength. This is one of the best things to do. Even if you're only going to go for a walk today, this is going to help protect your ankles. Make sure that you don't see some kind of ankle injury. This is one of the greatest preventative exercises I think there is. So up tall and back down. Now you're trying to gain control. If you feel yourself going out of control, bend your knees and put your heels on the ground. So I start to reach up, bend, and I'm back down. I've lost control, so I bend right away. Same thing. I'm going up, bend, I'm back down. Now, if you need to start with your feet a little bit wider as you build up the muscle in your calves, that's a great thing. So lift up and down. Eventually, you're going to put your heels together. Admittedly, this is a balance exercise, partially balance and strength. So if you have to start with your legs wide, start with your legs wide. If you have to use a wall or a chair or something for support, start with a little bit of support. Again, that's a helping tool. You're not trying to rely on it. You're trying to use it to help you build and gain your strength. Okay, there we go. We've moved from our standing warm-up. Again, let's review everything that we've done. We did reaches, neck warm-up, shoulders, arms apart, shoulders, arms together, both forward and backward on each. Then we've gone to a chest opener, a trunk twist, a toe touch, a hip rotation, both inside and outside, and calf raises, okay? Go back through, watch this again if you missed anything or if you can't remember, that's what the video's for. And when you're ready, when you feel like you've got everything down enough or that you can follow along, go ahead and follow the link here to our standing warm-up video that will go through the entire warm-up without the instructional part. That should give you a better timing and show you about how much time it should take for the day. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe and keep following our channel.